Start by powering on the KDM. The screen will display the software version numbers for the configuration, the feeder, and the dicer. You may adjust the labels per page using the up and down arrows. If you want to reset the amount of labels per page, hit the Clear button. To move to the Page and Label Setup screen, start with the Stop button. Hit Setup, then hit Page/Label Setup. For these inputs, you must measure your labels by hand and input the measurements using the arrows. The computer will calculate the trailing trim on its own. Try to keep the trailing trim a 1/4 inch or below in length to prevent it from becoming too large. Next, you want to adjust the trim length, which is the space between the cut labels. Use the left and right arrows to adjust the trim length. If you have no trim, keep the trim length set to 0. If you have a trim, try to keep its length between 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. To go back at any time, hit Select. Make sure all of your disable faults are active. You can check by pressing the Disable Faults button. A blinking set of lines indicates which fault detectors are on or off. If you do not have Disable Faults on, the slicer dicer will continue to function despite an error in the machine. To see a record of past faults, press the Fault History button. The faults are recorded with time and date. Press Select to go back to the main screen. Make sure you set your date and time by pressing the Set Date and Time button. Use the up and down arrows to scroll up and down, and use the left and right arrows to adjust the numbers. To access the hours and minutes, scroll down past day to enter a new screen. The hours are based on the 24-hour time format.